record. That's the recorder, and we're live. So, hello everybody. This is the 4th of May, or as some people say, apparently on the internet, May the 4th. Be with you. Apparently it's Star Wars Day today. I don't know. I mean, it's all advertising anyway for Disney, so we're not going to talk about that. Welcome to the SUMO meeting. Thank you for attending, everybody. We're going to have a bunch of updates here and there. It's the beginning of May, so we're kind of, well, it's fairly hot here. I don't know how hot it is at your places, but the heat is rising, so to speak, so we're definitely going to have some very interesting updates concerning the weather and the future days as well. But today we're going to talk to you about, yeah, I usually do weather in the beginning of news, but now we're going to go actually forward to the news. So, let's just have a very quick look at the agenda. I pasted it already in Found Sumo. I'm going to do it again so that people know we're actually live and they can join us. And let's get there and let's go through it. First of all, we don't have any pre-production items, I believe. Does anybody have any round table items they would like to talk about? Anything that they would like to mention or raise before we get to all the other updates? Okay, the silence means that we can probably move on. So, for the contributors of the week, Saddaf, and not only Saddaf, everybody else, I think we want to give Ralph a huge amount of thumbs up and really loads of kudos and any other magical words that can be used to thank Ralph for all his done, all the work he has done up to date, for Mozilla, for Firefox OS, for all his contributions. He localized a lot as well, so from the depth of my heart as well, thank you very much, Ralph, for the localizing of all those articles you worked on, and we will miss you in that particular dimension of your activity, but I mean, Ralph told me he's going to be back here and there, so he's not disappearing completely, he's just moving a bit to the side, and that should be working out nicely for him, I hope. Also, I wanted to nominate Goofy and all the other people localizing French for Sumo. They hit 100%. I'm going to mention it a bit later on as well, but this was really a cool achievement. It was part of the local sprint in Paris, and thank you very much for organizing this and being a part of this. Really cool achievement, and the French folks are, of course, continuing to localize as well. For the development updates, we don't have Mike in the room and Kabir is still out, so I just put in a reminder in place there that we have the platform meeting this Thursday, which is going to happen hopefully. Everybody should be there, I hope. There's the agenda linked from the document, so you can jump in and add your updates or questions or anything else. Feel free to do just that. And then we can probably move on to Firefox Desktop. Mark, do you have any big news or any small news or any news whatsoever?
No, there's a lot of contention over which features are going to make it in this June release and this 0.5 release, but right now it's all kind of up in the air. I will keep everybody updated as we decide what is going to make it and what isn't going to make it. But right now it's all kind of unknown. That's it.
Okay, cool. Thanks for that. Does anybody have any questions for Mark? Okay,
one other thing, the 38 release is about to come out, but as far as I know, there's not really many big features because we were holding off on those until the 38.05 release. But I will post on the forums with what the new features are. I think it's just mostly bug fixes, though. So just stay tuned for that.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So now Firefox OS. Hermina, do you have anything to add about Firefox OS? You're muted. Okay, I mean, you can just use sign language, maybe. Okay, we lost her. So the latest update for Firefox OS is that you cannot hear Hermina. No, okay, yes?
Sorry,
yeah, we can hear you.
It was just on and off. Unmuting, and this was stuck. So for Firefox OS, I wanted to, probably this will be part of developers updates as well. So I have an update on Body App, actually two. One of them is that we are seeing some issues with the marketplace, unfortunately. So Body App is still not showing, even if we got you know, approved and confirmation that that it's there. We are following up with the marketplace guys, and we are waiting today for an answer to see what's going on. So if you go now to the marketplace, you won't see Body App, unfortunately. The second update is that Mike will work on writing documentation for our front-end developers for the app localization. So this is going to happen in the month of May, so that front-end can start working on also localizing the app. Yeah, these are the two things I wanted to mention on Body App. Also on the forum, on the Firefox OS forum, I was looking today, earlier today, before our meeting, to see how we are in terms of, you know, people asking questions and answering them. I will try to give a hand as well now with Ralph leaving. We are a bit, you know, up in the air. He was our main expert on answering questions on the forum. I followed up with some developers from Firefox OS to try addressing the most challenging questions, or the ones that I don't even know how to solve, like, you know, Firefox OS and Raspberry Pi, and how to implement some modules on it. But I'm mentioning this because I wanted to ask you guys, you know, Philip, Sakman, if you could also have a look in the next couple of days and you know, give us a hand with what's easy for you to answer. It would be great, especially now until we see what we are going to do with our forums with Ralph leaving. So yes, these are all my updates. I'm waiting for, you know, questions if you have.
Okay, so if anybody has any questions for Romina, you have around 20 seconds to do it. 15. Okay, no, I'm cutting it short. No questions. We're moving on then. Thank you very much, Romina. And I think if you have questions in the Firefox OS forums about Minecraft, I think our next guest is going to totally answer all of them. Roland, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Come on. It's the 21st century. Do we not have mind reading? Yes, Firefox for Android. There were a few articles that Joni and I missed, but they're mostly updates. And the big thing is a small string change to the UI to send to other devices. I think it used to be called 10 tab to other devices. Joni's going to make a small update. That's it for Firefox for Android. We're all on standby here for the release next Tuesday, which doesn't have much, and then the release in June, which also affects us, so we're still waiting for that. I will move on to Firefox for iOS. The Firefox for iOS User Success Council, which consists of 3 volunteers, finally got a build. Yes! Volunteers have builds, woohoo! Which in my humble opinion should have been weeks ago, but as always I see both sides to any issue, and you can argue either way. There is a status report that I linked to here. We're still looking at I guess, the first half 2015 release. This is by, I don't know when we'll release it face. But this is also my face that says we're going to start writing the articles in English probably this week. Because the 3 people have a load now, a build of Firefox for iOS, and we can start. The question that remains for me, Mikhail, is it still eFix? English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, and possibly Japanese? And once I have the locales figured out, I will let you, Mikhail, know so we can get those locale people who aren't. Alvaro is one of the people, and he speaks Spanish. So Spanish is covered, I would figure. But that still leaves us with German, Italian, French, Japanese. So if and when locales get confirmed, I will work with Mikhail to get the locale leaders on board. The locale leaders for as far as I know, for the Firefox for iOS product localization are on board and have a build. Where those overlap with SUMO, then we get it for free, right? But the SUMO localizers, as we all know, are not the same people necessarily as the product localizers. For those of you who don't understand, or understand the many stages to releasing software, and I understand that. Any questions about Firefox for iOS or Firefox for Android?
I just have one comment to make. We'll definitely make sure that whoever is going to be localizing for the not yet confirmed locales, once we know what they are and once we know who the people are, depending on their access and whatnot, we will try to get everybody a build or some sort of access to make sure that you actually localize consciously and you know what you're localizing and you get the right context. So
yeah, it should be possible. I think we have enough. In this round of opening it up to volunteers, I think we have more than enough room for SUMO localizers. I don't think that will be an issue. Thunderbird, well, you know, the usual documentation sprint. I will find out tomorrow whether Thunderbird 38 is going to be delayed. There was talk about that 2 weeks ago. Regardless, I've had a volunteer and some volunteers step up to help coordinate the forum. And I'm asking Thomas to help me with documentation. Tom, I know you're busy with, but English articles need to be done. We will get it done before whatever the release date is done, or at least minimum viable documentation. Shouldn't be an issue. Any Thunderbird questions?
okay, any questions about Thunderbird? Going, gone. Okay, for the community, we have an update. So Ashikur Sapwan, over to you.
Yeah, we are planning for a KB Day in a local university. They are interested to organize a SUMO event. So me and Sapwan has proposed KB Day. But the planning is still not finished yet, and I will give you update after we prepare the planning.
Okay, cool. So let's move on then. I just lost the notes because people pinged me. Anyway, okay. In here for meetings, but two quick updates. There's going to be the SUMO KB Day #1 happening next week on Thursday. So we still have time for everybody interested or involved to jump in and take a look at the template. Thank you very much to everybody who already has done so. So we do have some feedback from you already, and that's why we chose Thursday and format to kind of copy the SUMO Day for the forums. But there's still space and there's still always place for you to provide us with feedback. So please do if you think that something should be added or changed there. Also, there's going to be updates coming for the style guides for the buttons and feature names in the different products. So just to make sure that we have a unified approach to the naming conventions for anything you see on screens, whatever you click or tap or slide over, whatever happens with the UI, we will have a unified convention. This may affect the localization a bit, but as soon as Joni has the updated guide out, we're going to communicate that to everybody localizing, and we'll make sure that you also unify and kind of review your vocabulary for the style guide for UI elements. Okay, does anybody have any knowledge-based questions about anything? I cannot be Joni, sorry, but I can try to fake it. Okay, no questions. For Elton, I already mentioned that. I'm just going to mention one more time. And there is also a blog post written by Goofy about the French team getting together for Lotus Sprint #3 in Paris, in the Moss space in Paris. That was, of course, for all the products and all the different websites that we have and so on. But SUMO was included, and we had quite a few contributors jumping in there and making sure that we hit 100%. Everything is in the post. There's also a link in that post to a French post. If you know French, you can read Tel Aviv and whatnot. So once again, huge thanks to the French localizers, and I hope we will have more events like this for other locales as well. to hit 100% or any other level that actually your locale is at. Because to be honest, 100% is a great milestone, but any milestone that you hit is actually great. So even if it's 25% or 50%, that's really, really cool. Or just the top 20 articles. Oh yeah, and I forgot to add one more thing, but I'm going to add it in a second. Thanks to everybody involved in bringing back Malayalam. Sorry for my terrible pronunciation. We have new contributors jumping in as well, people from the product side of things, so people who have localized Firefox for that locale. They're interested in helping out with SUMO. I am in touch with them. We're going to be talking about this soon. And sorry? Okay, that was just something popping up in my headphones. And that's it for LPNN for this week. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, so for the support forum, we will have the SUMO Day on Thursday. Hopefully, we're going to have some more updates, and Madeleine is going to be headlining the date as usual. She's out sick today, unfortunately. Get better soon. Do that. She's probably already recuperating well, but just to make sure. And that's going to, of course, happen on Thursday. More details soon, more updates soon, and reminders and links to Etherpad and whatnot. That's going to be the end of it then at 21:06 local time. If anybody has anything else to add, I'm just going to give you another minute or two to think about it. So now the floor is open again, and feel free to jump in.
Happy May.
But May has been here for like, what, 4 days already, so.
Exactly, May Day, man.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for attending and jumping in and providing us with your smiles and comments and updates. And hooray for Firefox for iOS. I hope, Roland, soon you're going to get this burden off your chest and you'll be able to say, yes, we launched, and I can talk about things in the open
yes,
now.
we have an official date, or...
Shh.
yes, we have an official date. But it'll probably be on wiki.mozilla.org before I tell you. So keep an eye on that wiki, the status reports. Ciao.
That's it. That was the leak of the day. So take care, everybody. Have a good day, evening, night, morning, whatever you have, and see you soon.
All right.
Bye.